Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zoe, and this is going to be a video of me telling you guys why I've been away for 6 months. Was not planned, but it happened. And also going to give you my top 10 fantasy and sci-fi series. But first I'm going to tell you why I've been gone for so long, because it's been a while. I just finished my senior year of high school, and it was kind of a whirlwind and kind of crazy, so I didn't have time to make videos for you guys just because so much going on, and obviously we're still in COVID too, and we still are, but there's just a ton of stuff going on for me, and we also got a dog. Toby, come here. I don't think he wants to come over here. Come here, Toby. My dog Toby. But yes, Toby is so and don't forgive the background noises because Toby's playing. But yeah, so a lot happened, but I'm back now and I'm gonna try and do my videos consistently again. I also got a job in November to work at Barnes & Noble, so that has also filled up my schedule a ton. So yeah, life's just been insane, but I am finally ready to get back into doing all my videos, so I am so excited to do that. So today I'm going to be giving you guys my top 10 fantasy and sci-fi series. Now, these kind of all are almost equal in my mind. It's very hard. I'm not going to be doing like a top 10, like this is the number one series and this is the second. I'm just going to kind of give you them in kind of a random order. But yeah, so we're going to get started with that. So we're going to go ahead and start with probably an obvious one for you guys, the Percy Jackson series. This is my favorite series from when I was a kid. Also, Harry Potter's not going to be on this list. Not because I don't love Harry Potter, but because that one's kind of obvious from all my previous videos, and I kind of wanted to get some other books featured in this. So we're going to leave that out. And also, I don't actually own all the Harry Potter books. Only the fourth one. Next is going to be actually the sequel series, the Heroes of Olympus. This is The Lost Hero, which is the first book, which I actually painted the edges of this one. Let me know if this is something you guys would like me to do on the channel. If you'd like me to show you how to paint your own book edges. I learned from other people on YouTube, but I would love to do a video for you guys on how to do that. I need to actually finish the series. I plan on doing gold, silver, gold, silver, gold for the entire series, but just haven't finished that yet. But this one's painted. Next one is going to be Warcross by Marie Lu. Now, this is a sci-fi duology. This is my favorite series of hers. Her new one, Sky Hunter, might be close though, depending on how the series ends. But I love these books so much. It involves a game that has kind of like taken over the world in the sense that everyone plays it, and it has to deal with our main character who's a hacker who ends up working for the guy that created the game to figure out a conspiracy within this big tournament that has to do with his game. So this is a series I really love. This is the second book. It's a duology, and you guys should definitely check this one out. Also, you should just check out Marie Lu because she is amazing, and I love her books so much. My next one's going to be the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Now, a lot of you have probably heard of Marissa Meyer. She's one of the biggest YA names out there right now, but I love this series so much. It has just a special place in my heart. This first book is about Cinder, who is a half cyborg, and she, it's kind of a retelling of Cinderella, but in kind of like a sci-fi setting. But yes, I love this series, and I love the redesigned covers. I actually am thinking about getting all of them this way, but I have Winter this way. It's got this beautiful thing, and then it's got the the step back art, which is so pretty. So I love this series so much, so you guys should definitely check this one out too. My next one is actually a series that's not finished yet. It is one of my absolute favorite sci-fi series. I just really found it like a year ago, but it's Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This trilogy is just so amazing. The sci-fi elements, like the different planets, the aliens, the complex cultures throughout this whole book is just amazing. I love these books so much. It's pretty much almost my favorite sci-fi series ever. And I'm so glad that I found this, and I can't wait for Aurora's End coming out in November. But yeah, that's one of my most highly anticipated books of 2021, but just to see how this story ends and if they don't kill everyone. Please don't. This next series is one most of you probably haven't heard of because it's not a very popular series, or I don't think it gets enough hype throughout the book community, but it is Awakens by Elise Kova. Elise Kova's books are just so amazing. I love all her books. I've read pretty much all of them, almost all of them, but her worlds are just so, like, her world building, her characters, and the plot. I just love her books, and she's an independently published author, actually, but this follows a girl named Vala, who is the last windwalker in the world, which is pretty much someone who can control air. It has a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender vibes, if you're into that, which I love Avatar: The Last Airbender, too. But it's kind of, sort of, that kind of world where there's all the elemental powers. But yeah, this is a really good series that you guys should definitely check out. I just love it so much. I had to buy the hardbacks because these have gorgeous designs. This is the 5th anniversary edition, but it has like art on both sides. I just love it. So please go check out Elise Kova. I don't think she gets enough rep or anything. Her books are just so good, and I hope you'll love them as much as I do. Another series that I don't think gets enough attention from the YA community, it has huge popularity in the middle grade community because it's technically a middle grade fantasy. But I think that anyone could read this. It's just so good. It's The School for Good and Evil by Soman Chinani. Actually the filming for the first movie just wrapped for Netflix, directed by Paul Feig. I am so excited for this. It looks like it's going to be amazing. They found an amazing cast for this movie. It's just going to be, I think it's just going to be insane, and like, it's just going to be so good. So please check this out. It's about a school for good and evil, but it's mainly about two best friends that both believe they know which school they're going to go to if they get kidnapped. Every year in the town they live in called Gabaldon, there are 2 kids or a certain amount of kids every 4 years. I can't remember if it's a year or 4 years, but every once in a while someone comes and they take some kids to the School for Good and Evil. Now these kids, they never really come back, but they get set into fairy tales. So Sophie and Agatha, the 2 main characters, they both believe they know if they got captured, kidnapped, they would know which school they got into. But the tables are turned when they get kidnapped and they get thrown into the schools that they had not thought that they would get into. It is such a good series. There are 6 books that recently finished just last year in June, I believe. Or maybe it was 2019. I don't know. The years have kind of melded together since COVID. But this is a really good series that I think way more people should check out. And yeah. So the next one is... Oh, this is backwards. Is the Witchland series. This is by Susan Dennard, and she has the most amazing, just... The Witchlands is so amazing, this series. I love it so much. This is the newest book, Witch Shadow, that just came out 2 weeks ago, but I just got it recently, and I cannot wait to dive into it because it's gonna be amazing. But this is a very high fantasy world. It's another sort of world where there's like people that have different sorts of powers, but they're not just like controlling the different elements. There's like wind witches, but the first book that, let's see if we can get it out of here. The first book is about a girl named Sophie von Hastrel, and she is a truth witch. This is her, I believe. Yes, this is her. And she can tell if someone can tell the truth, which I feel like is kind of obvious. But her friend, I just realized that I actually forgot I have a complete review of this series, the first 3 books, I believe, and that was my first video on the channel. So I will be putting a tag up here for you guys, so you guys can go check that out, and you can watch that, and I give a more in-depth description. But this is a really good series that you guys should definitely check out, and I love it. So the next series that I'm going to be talking about is A Curse So Dark and Lonely. This is a trilogy by Bridget Kemmerer, and this is so amazing. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but a kind of like dark fantasy. But it is so good. It also focuses on a girl that has cerebral palsy. I'm so sorry, I totally butchered that saying that. But it's about her and how she falls into a fantasy world a fantasy kingdom called Emberfall, and meets a prince named Ren, and he has been cursed to relive the fall of his birthday. I believe his 19th birthday. Every season it goes through fall, then winter, and then it's a time loop for him. And it is it's definitely a very dark Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I kind of love it. These dust jackets are actually from the Bookish box. It's exclusive covers that I got from them. Show you all of them. But they are amazing. I love them so much. I don't believe they have any left. I don't know. But I will put a link down below to their shop, just in case you want to check out. They do amazing things. It's not an ad, I just love their stuff. But this also makes a beautiful thing of a castle on the side. So, yes. So this series, I love it. All of you should check it out. You really should just check out Bridget Kemmerer. All her books are so amazing. And the last one is going to be the Renegades Trilogy. I don't own the first book, actually. Funny story. I have the other 2 in hardback, and I want the first one in hardback. I just haven't gotten around to ordering it yet. So right now I have books 2 and 3. Is that terrible? Maybe a little bit. But I've got this. But this is a really good series about kind of like heroes and villains, but like how one can turn into the other very quickly. It's kind of like who's the hero, who's the villain, who's good, who's bad. But it follows a girl named Nova who infiltrates the Renegades. She is a part of the Anarchists, a villain group. She infiltrates the Renegades to try and figure out what their weaknesses are and how she and the Anarchists can take them down. There's 2 perspectives. So the other perspective is Adrian, who is the son of the kind of biggest superheroes, or pretty much the biggest superheroes in the area, and they're like a huge deal, and so he kind of has to try and like live up to that and figure out how to be his own person in all of this. That was probably a really bad description of this series. I would recommend going to look at the description of the book because it's been a while since I've read the first book, so like my brain's just like, I don't know what happened in this book. But I love this trilogy so much, and I think you guys should definitely check it out. So thank you guys so much for watching. That was my top 10 sci-fi / fantasy series. I hope that you maybe found some more books to add to your TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know every time I post a new video, and follow me on Instagram @ZMuses. Thanks for watching. Bye!